Hey my dudes and my gals, I'm StevenTocher, and today we're going to be talking about knowing your surroundings, what to wear and what not to wear, and don't be in the head about it, okay? So here we go. I ate too much cake. It was like summer, many summers ago. No, it was someone's birthday or something, and I'm like, you know what, time to go for a walk. So, come back home, grab Mr. Stinky, and yes, Mr. Stinky has holes in him, and Mr. Stinky is just that, stinky. 10 years old, bought him for like $5 at a clothing outlet store. However, Mr. Stinky has done me well, so thank you, Mr. Stinky. Mwah. I'm going for my walk, and as always with Mr. Stinky, it's either one of two things. Either I look like a prolific athlete, or I look like a creepy dude. And I'm also wearing with my shoes my holes in them, as well as very dark pants, and even though the sun is dancing across the horizon, it is about to set. So as I walk on this main street and I'm about to pass through a rougher neighborhood and then finally into a big store complex area, I see this shopping cart from one of my favorite stores. I'm like, I'm gonna be a great Samaritan right here. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this cart right back to its home. Yeah, look at the superhero, oh yeah, right? Wrong. Not a smart idea when I listed all of those things from before. Not only that, but this sweater also brings in attention, for instance, like, look at the creepy guy, Mom! And I'm just standing there, I'm like, I didn't even do anything. Or I'll say, hey, how are you, good evening, or I'll say good morning, and someone will run over to their car, get in their car, and boom, away. Maybe it's because I'm 6'2" and like 200 pounds, maybe because I have the ugliest mug in the world, or, proper grammar, maybe it's just because this sweater is probably not the greatest for approaching people, and I'm just a friendly guy, so I apologize. Anyway. So, I see the shopping cart, I'm like, whoa, I'm gonna be a hero. So I pick it up and I'm rolling down the street with it. So as I'm walking down the street, I see people like staring at me, looking at me, and I'm thinking, I'm a hero, of course, right? I'm doing my thing, right? And when I really think about it, they're probably like, oh, so that's where the shopping cart goes, and that's why all the food prices are going up just because people like this guy steal the carts. They're probably not thinking that I'm walking the cart back, but how many people are going to walk a cart back? So sometimes doing a good deed doesn't make sense and actually can get you in a lot of trouble, which you'll find out. So I'm walking through this neighborhood and I see a cop whiz by, and then all of a sudden everything kind of like goes kind of like a strong wind that knocks the card house down. So here the cop go by and I'm like, oh poopers. I'm gonna get booked for stealing a shopping cart. Alright, well, what story do I have that would really help me here, aside from walking in the direction of the store? So, I hear the sirens trail off into the distance, I'm like, so I was about 2 kilometers away at the time, now I'm only half a kilometer away, and I'm walking, and I'm just getting towards the parking lot, I can see everything now, and I'm like, yes, home free, and I hear, woo! And I'm like, oh, poopers. So, I look over, I'm like, hey Mr. Officer, and they're like, hello, and I'm like, how are you? And they're like, okay, what are you doing with the shopping cart? And I'm like, I'm being a really good Samaritan, and I'm just taking it back while I go out for my evening stroll and prayer and meditation on my business. Oh really? Isn't that just great? I'm like, yeah, that is great, isn't it? You want my phone number and address, don't you? Yep. Alright, so I give him all my stuff. Thankfully, unless I don't know, and I blacked out and went around and stole a whole bunch of cars and stuff, I didn't have a record, so they actually believed my story. And one of the cool things that maybe God permitted was the fact that even in my own stupidity, I was allowed to share with them my weight loss story for about 5 minutes. I was able to just talk to them, and they were actually really supportive as they told me that they were trying to lose weight, and the one guy in the car said he had already lost 40 pounds. So it kind of turned out well, but really and truly what I want you to kind of recognize today or think about is your surroundings. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning, it is probably not a smart idea to go outside in nice clothes or not nice clothes. It doesn't matter how big you are, even my size, or even with your couple friends, people are not right at 3 o'clock in the morning a lot of times. Or if you don't live in the city or you live in the suburbs or something like that, you know, you might encounter, or you live near nature in the country, not someone, something, or you might encounter an animal or something. So you have to be careful about what you're wearing, where you're going, who you're, talking to, and what you're doing. You have to understand that people are going to stereotype to a certain degree. I don't like it, it's not cool, but I'm pretty sure, when you see, like, even my situation where I looked the way I did, right? That there's a potential there. I might even say to myself that that person might be stealing that shopping cart. Anyway, I didn't steal a shopping cart. I got off fine. I'm sure all of you will have stories like that. If you do, drop it in the comment box. Send me a video. Privately message me. If you hated the video and it was terrible, if there's enough of them, I'll never do a video like this again. But I just want you to have yourself a wonderful day, evening, morning, or night. God bless. Oh yeah, and if you like what I'm doing, please tweet, tumble, like, share, thumbs up, plus pin, or do whatever you do, and please subscribe.